Hello and welcome to another live stream from my series where we're flying from the northwestern parts of the USA, namely Alaska, down to northern California, just to fly through all the areas that you can have covered by ORBX in your flight simulator. And we are currently at Boswell Bay Airport. If you followed the last episode, then you've seen that we've stopped at Boswell Airport. And the good news is I was able to get rid of my frame rate problems, and I hope I can provide you today with a nice flight without any stuttering. And I will tell you what I did just to get rid of those stuttering problems, because it's an interesting prepared 3D fix. And as you know, we are currently flying with prepared 3D. I'm sorry, P3D version 2.3. And it's a pleasure to fly it, and I'm going to tell you just in a minute what I did to get rid of the bad performance that a lot of people seem to be haunted by at the moment. So this is Cordova Smith Airport. I just have to check. Cordova Smith, yeah, it's the right airport. It's Myrtle Key Mudhole Smith Airport. I'm going to activate it. It's only a hop of 20 nautical miles, so we're going to do some VFR flying here, some nice VFR flying, and yeah, well, let's go. Okay, I set the autopilot now, and I hope he will catch the altitude I told him to catch. So how about this one now? Whoa! Okay, this looks good. So I'm going to do a little bit of VFR flying now. I'm not going directly to the next airport because I want to show you the area at least a little bit, and yeah, just taking a look around here. The weather is pretty good. If you followed my last streams, you will notice that the weather in the last streams have been the weather has been pretty bad, so I had to change for fair weather with the static weather theme. And but the weather is pretty good today, so we can have some nice views of the area. Okay, so if you've seen my last stream, you immediately noticed that I had some performance problems, but they seem to be gone now. If you take a look at my frame rate counter right now, you can see I'm currently around 50-60 frames per second, and the sim looks beautiful. Well, what did I do? The problem is there seems to be 1 or 2 bugs with the current version of Prepared concerning cloud rendering. And so one of the performance killers is a volumize effect that you can get rid of. Please Google for those pages where you can how you can get rid of those problems. It's not a very difficult thing to do. And the second thing that brought the most is somehow the renderer is generating way too many clouds in the current version of Prepared. So the official developers of Prepared announced in the last 2 or 3 days they announced a fix for that, and you can just go into the same file where you fix these volumize effects and change just a little thing there, and the performance goes way up. You can see it here. I'm having no problems streaming this thing. I have no performance problems whatsoever. So it's a really good fix, and it really gets rid of a lot of problems. What I also did is I upgraded I upgraded my Opus, my weather engine, my Opus FSX weather engine. They released, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, they released a new version of their weather engine, and it's now it's not called Opus FSX anymore. It's now called Opus FSI, and you can, if you own the version of Opus FSX, you can easily upgrade it for, I think it's about $24 or 24 euros, and you can easily upgrade that so you can enjoy the new weather engine. And the new weather engine has some optimized features. Please take a look at their page in order to find out what they did improve. So I think the boosted performance is also thanks to the new Opus weather engine. And if you take a look at this, you can see there is volumetric fog. This is one thing that Prepared can do very well. So you can see this layer of fog here covering just the altitude range below our current flying altitude, and you can see it makes a beautiful effect. And if we go down into this fog, you will see that it's volumetric. You can actually the visibility goes down a lot, and it's a very nice effect. And this is something that Prepared can do pretty well. So well, what I initially wanted to do with the stream, so at the moment the stream is a lot about Prepared, and it's a lot about weather engine and performance problems. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to show you how beautiful a handcrafted area can look. And this is you will see it when we're flying over here now. This is an area with an airport, and I think it's, don't know exactly, I have to check it which airport that is. Wait a minute. CKU, it's, wait a minute, it's Cordova. Yeah, that's Cordova Municipal Airport. So when we're passing over this, you can see how well this looks and how beautiful it is. And of course, if we're taking a look around here now in the cockpit, you can see the beautiful lighting effects that Prepared has. I have to admit that I've been skeptical about Prepared. I've hesitated a long time before really buying it and switching to it from FSX. But I can really tell you so far there have been no regrets whatever. The only real regret I am it's getting very shaky up here, huh? Okay, the only real regret that I have is or the only downside for me, at least at the moment, is that I cannot use my PMDG add-ons. So, but they are going to release their add-ons in a while, or soon, I hope. So take a look at this. Okay, this is not an add-on airport. This is not an add-on scenery area. This is just a handcrafted area that these areas provide. It's a little bit blurry right now because we're passing over it and it has to reload the textures. But you can easily see that it's a really beautiful site here. And this down there, I think this one's the airport, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can see. Should be the strip loading now. Yeah, you can see. This is the airport. So beautiful, very beautifully done. And what we will be doing now is we will be heading... the wind is coming from the opposite direction, so we'll have to pass the airports. And take a look at this when you're flying over this mountain ridge here, how the landscape dramatically changes. Take a look at this, it's beautiful. And you suddenly have some a very flat area with a lot of little lakes and river streams going through it, and this is yeah, it's just like the real thing, because it's handcrafted, it's handmade. And what the real joy about this is, if you're from that area and maybe you will you have to practice, you want to practice like real VFR pilots do, you can follow roads, you can follow landmarks just like you would in the real world, and that is a big advantage. So what we're gonna do now is, you can see the airport. This is going to be a rather short live stream for today, of course, because we're already at the airport, and we're going to pass it by now, and just land there. The next flight we're going to do is from here to the next airport is a bit farther away than I expected, so I think we are going to change the airplane, and I think it's going to be a small private jet, I think. Next airport is going to be Yakataga. So that will be interesting. That will be a longer flight. I think we're going to do it in a small private jet, maybe the Phantom. I am currently, there's a question in chat where I'm flying. I'm currently flying in Alaska. It's an ORBX covered area. Just in order to show you how beautiful flying here can be. So I'm going to make the preparations for landing now. I'm going to reduce the speed. Airport. Okay, flaps 1. descent now. There's a glacier here running into the valley. I'm going to use the road as a reference line. I'm going to align to the road because as soon as I'm aligned to the road, approximately I'm going to be aligned to the runway. Good visual reference point, and we're pretty much at the right altitude now for this approach, so trying not to be too high or too low for the approach. The good thing about the Twin Otter is that you can basically almost stop in mid-air, and you can make very steep approaches, so it's no problem to slow the plane down, and it's no problem. You can have a very short landing distance if you want. So I'm going to flaps 30 now, and I'm not going to go any further because the runway is very long. I'm not going to need any more flaps. You can see we're now flying at approximately 85 knots. It's very slow approach speed for an airplane like this. It's almost well, I would say it's a little bit above, maybe 15 to 20 knots above the approach speed of a general aviation plane, like a single engine piston plane. And that's the very interesting thing about the Twin Otter, that you can go to almost any strip you want to go to with this plane, so that's pretty cool. And it's the ideal plane here for exploring this countryside here, because you can go to any strip, like I said before, and you have a pretty decent cruising speed, almost 165 knots if you want, so you can get pretty far with this plane. Okay, we're a little bit too high now. I'm going to reduce the throttle. And keep in mind, as we're approaching here, this is not not an add-on airport. It's a standard airport for this area. They just placed their own objects here, so and this is the reason why it looks so well. Okay, don't worry, I didn't pay any attention to lights or that stuff. Just wanted to show you the area, so I know that I didn't pay attention to the right procedures. So we're going to taxi here to the parking area, and there's one more thing I want to tell you about Prepared. One big downside so far was that I couldn't use any traffic add-on for prepared. So this is kind of a, at least for me, it's a little bit of a showstopper, because I want to have it as realistic as possible, and having real air traffic is something I want to have. And so you know from my FSX sessions that I have Ultimate Traffic 2 installed, and I'm very satisfied with it. But for prepared, you cannot install that. I think you can with the migration tool. I'm going to talk about that at another opportunity. But at the moment, I'm using World of AI. I did use World of AI before in FSX, but I switched to Ultimate Traffic because World of AI is a little bit of a how can I say that? It's a little bit of a it's not as uncomplicated as other add-ons to install, but it's a very good add-on, and I'm going to show you the add-on in a minute as soon as we've reached our parking position. You can see this was a weather update. We have a lot of more fog now, but we didn't lose any performance. So we're here, and I'm going to show you the traffic. Okay, so there's only, of course, there's only one plane flying around here. Not as many planes going around in Alaska as in Europe, but you can see that, you can see pretty, or you can just immediately see it's a beautiful model, and it has a very good performance, World of AI, and I really can recommend it. And the most important thing is it's working in prepared. I don't have any problems with it. But please keep in mind that the flight plans that you can get on their webpage, the traffic packs they have, they are not all of them are up to date. Some of the, or a lot of the flight schedules are from the year 2008, 2007, something like that. But hey, it's better than having the default planes like Orbit Airlines and World Travel Airlines hanging around at your airports that you're flying to. So I can really recommend that. But with the migration tool, you may be able to install Ultimate Traffic or whatever. The only traffic add-on I know of that works natively with Prepared 3D Prepared is My Traffic, I think. So thank you very much for watching this live stream. I hope I will be able to do another live stream anytime soon. So we're going to do a plane switch in that live stream. We are going to use a faster airplane to cover the next area. And yeah, until the next time, as always, I wish you happy landings.